New Testament master's degree program have failed the biblical exegesis exam. Again. It's time to go postal. After receiving this knockout blow, I strolled up to the cold post office box, which will soon become the coffin for my vocational plans. I remove my glove, extract the resignation letter from my peacoat, and extend my hand toward the mailbox's jaws of death. But then I stop. Against the sagest of motherly advice, I stand in the frigid air, my naked hand exposed while the envelope flutters in the wind. Questions flood my mind. Is it worth it? Do I really want to give up my future in ministry with this last impersonal act of defiance? Will I regret this hollow victory for the rest of my life? Is this more of an identity struggle than a career struggle? Am I letting my personal sense of failure and inadequacy preemptively disqualify me for pastoral ministry? After about 30 cars pass, I turn, return the envelope to my coat pocket, put on my glove, and trudge home. What had prevented me from slamming the mailbox door on my future in ministry, I'm not sure. But I do know that this story is unfinished. Years later, I came to realize that my internal death matches in those days were not vocational per se, but were primarily temperamental. Even before I began pastoral ministry, I was convinced that my personality excluded me from it. There was no room in ministry for someone of my disposition, or so I thought. In my mind at the time, ideal pastors were gregarious, able to move through crowds effortlessly, able to quickly turn strangers into friends. Their pulses quickened each time they set foot on the church campus on a Sunday morning. They were people magnets, drawing others to themselves through their charisma, capable of chatting with anyone about anything at any time. I saw them surrounded by adoring church members, percolating with warmth, streaked with the praise of their community. I, on the other hand, relished times of solitude, reflection, and personal study. I enjoyed people, and I valued deep relationships and conversation. But even when I spent time with people I liked, I pined for moments of privacy. I found mingling among crowds of strangers draining and intimidating. Even though I could stand up in front of others and preach with confidence, I would stumble through the social time afterward because I had met my quota of words for the day. Though I did not know it back then, there is a label for this personality feature that I once thought crippled my ministry potential: introversion. But there was more than my temperament producing these agonizing doubts. I had constructed a one-dimensional model of leadership, and there was an irresolvable conflict between that image and the temperamental characteristics of introverts. I believed that ministers and other Christian leaders needed a certain set of personality traits in order to thrive in ministry. I tried to beat and squeeze myself into a mold of leadership instead of becoming the kind of leader that God designed me to be. My struggles to be an introverted pastor are representative of the struggles many introverts face when navigating the waters of Christian community, which can be unintentionally or intentionally biased toward extroversion. As a pastor who has participated in both independent and denominationally affiliated churches, it is my experience that evangelical churches in particular can be difficult places for introverts to thrive, both for theological and cultural reasons. Just as I have had a difficult time squaring my own temperament with common roles and expressions of the pastoral ministry, so also many introverted Christians struggle with how to find balance between their own natural tendencies and evangelical perspectives on community and evangelism. A subtle but insidious message can permeate these communities, a message that says God is most pleased with extroversion. It is not only evangelical churches that subconsciously elevate the attributes of extroversion and seek leaders who demonstrate the overt qualities of extroverts. While mainline and liturgical churches may allow for more quiet in their worship and practice, as church membership continues to decline in the United States, all churches are liable to push for a louder message and a more aggressive evangelistic strategy. Fortunately, disappointment has not been my only fellow traveler on this road, but I have also been accompanied by hope. Hope in the calling, healing, and transformative power of God. The same mysterious force that seemed to prevent me from depositing my resignation